whenever you're working with electronics, just disconnect one side of the battery. Needless to say, I'm excited about this one. The Idoing, beautiful 12.1 inch screen and all the fixins to put in the F150 out there. So I've got one of these in the 2004 STI and it's glorious. Very excited to get this sucker in the F150. So we got the product manual, got all the wiring harnesses, a little extra bit about the backup camera and how to hook up the ground. And again, like I mentioned this in my other video, but it's so nice to have little capped off wires. Like you don't have to worry about them. Like if you're not using them, you just leave them. You don't have to tape them up or cut them off or anything. So don't let all these wires scare you, because it's pretty much a plug and play system. You will see. So microphone, GPS, SIM card if you want to go SIM, some extra USBs. Your factory ones will work as well. One of these is probably the backup camera. That guy. This is for amps, video out, all that good stuff. You will see how it all plugs in together. The antenna and a couple extra clips to clip on the back here so it will clip in. I really like the fact that you get buttons too, like a volume dial, mute, little media button, all that stuff. They feel good. Quality unit. And up top here we just take our factory buttons out and clip them in here. And this one's an extra one, I assume, for like the auto start stop if you have that feature, which my truck doesn't, and I'm glad it doesn't. So we will get into it. They also provide you with nice trim tool, a little Phillips head screwdriver, so it just makes it super easy. It's the little things that count, you know? I never do step number one, but just do step number one. Whenever you're working with electronics, just disconnect one side of the battery so you don't short a fuse out or whatever, because I did it on the Subaru when I did this install on the Subaru, because I'm like, I don't need to disconnect the battery, I'll be safe. And sure enough, blew a fuse, had to figure it out, all good. So take this off. All right, we're in the truck now, and the next step is to get this top pocket off. Watch your Lego guy. He's just chilling up there. So you can pry this up, and then there's two 7mm bolts, and you pull the whole thing off, or you can take this whole pocket off. It depends on like what you really want to do. I've seen it done both ways, but we're going to put this guy under here, the handy dandy trim tool. Okay, I just kind of pulled this up, and there's two 7mm bolts right in here. Oh, got it. Two 7mm bolts in there. Just pried this up, got to them. You could take this whole piece off. It's easier to get to these bolts, but I didn't really need to, so we'll go on from here. Now this piece should just pull right out. So just for more space, I took out this speaker thing. So it's just 4 clips. I mean, it took a lot of prying to get this sucker up. I thought it was gonna break, but it came out. And then there's two 7mm there, and this should come out. Remember, we popped those 3 out right here. Okay, top pocket's off. Little speaker guy. It's just a push clip, and then you've got access to all that space, which again, you don't necessarily need it, but this wasn't coming off very easy, so I just wanted to look at it before I started really pulling on it, because I don't want to break anything, obviously. Well, sure enough, I just kind of pulled back on this. The top popped out. There's 3 clips across the top. That popped out. and then I just work my way down the side, and there's 2 in the middle and then 3 across the bottom. They feel like they're gonna break, but they didn't, so they popped right out. So now we're going to unhook the switches. Little tab on the right side, you just push that tab in towards the center and they pop right out. So these guys are unhooked, and now we're working down to these guys. These 2 bottom ones were, you push up from the bottom in the middle right there, and then in the bottom right there, push this little tab. So push on the outside of this tab, very edge, and then more underneath here, this part. Pull those out. We gotta get out the CD player. Oh, sorry. CD player and the screen. So there's gonna be 6 7mm bolts. Some handy dandy electric ratcheter there, and we'll just get them out. So we'll get all those out and take this screen out. All right, we got the main screen out. Now we're taking the CD player out, but this was just a clip. So you push down on that and swipe this gray thing forward, and then that pulls out. And then the other ones, just the standard push your clip in, pull it out, and push this little clip down and pull it out. Now we're getting the CD player out, and the same thing, just unplug the wires in the back. And there we go. Just 2 pinch clips, actually 4 pinch. Pinch, 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 pinch. Got them out of there. Hopefully I don't have a CD in here, right? Like, what's a CD anyway, huh? All right, make sure you put all the orange little clippies on there. Mine was 1 short, but that's okay because we have extra. I just took this one off here, which no big deal. And now we take out the buttons, right? And that is just little pinches on the side and then wiggle them out. It's kind of a 2-hand job. So then remember, obviously, hazards on the right, this little guy, traction control and hill descent are on the left. So then they just clip right back in there. Oh, like a glove. Fits beautifully. Some nice satisfying for you. Ready? Ah, satisfying. Okay, we're just plugging everything in. So this harness with the big box here plugs in there. And then it shows on this instruction to run gray and black wire, this guy, over and plug it in here. And here is the one with all the RCAs and stuff, and the microphone for your hands-free. That plugs in there. And then the USBs plug in here. And this harness here, I believe, is for the stock camera. So coming out of this head unit here, you hook these 2 RCAs, and that will be the stock camera because that will plug into the factory harness. This little guy right here is the cooling fan. So this plugs in to that. Okay, to review, main wiring harness plugs in here. Then this gray and white wire, gray wire with a black stripe plugs in to there. And then this little blue and black wire plugs into the fan right here. And coming off of the head unit, this one was already plugged in, which is the backup camera. So backup camera plugs into here, and that should go to the factory harness. This was not hooked together, so I hooked it together. I am gonna leave off the GPS and the phone stuff because I'm just gonna use my Apple CarPlay or Android Auto if I'm using my wife's. But this guy is an extender for the radio. That Goes in the radio plug. Got the USBs plugged in there. I'm gonna leave them tucked up in here. I don't think you need to hook them in if you're not gonna use them. I'm just gonna use the factory ones. I don't need extras. So we're just gonna put that in there, and it looks like everything is hooked up and ready to go. So then we will connect the HVAC in first, and then we'll plug all this other stuff into the factory harnesses in the truck. Sorry for this voiceover. For some reason, my camera didn't get the sound, but it is as simple as connecting the factory harness with the Idoing harnesses, starting at the bottom with the HVAC stuff and then moving your way up towards the top. And once you get them all connected, it's good to turn the power on, like rehook the battery up, turn the power on and check it out and see if it works. Mine worked great, so then I will just clip this into place. I just wanted to show you the fitment here. The pocket works as it should, clips in, looks exactly like it's supposed to be there, factory fit. I'm not going to go through the features on the tablet here. That's kind of for you to kind of go through and screw around with, because there's so many options and you can customize it to exactly how you would like it. So just showing a couple preloaded apps here. Also, here's the fitment. You can see it's super tight and clean. All my buttons work. Fitment, you have the digital controls, you also have the button controls, which is really nice. When I took this over to a friend's house to show them the new install, they looked at it and his wife came out and made a comment saying that it looks like it's a factory fit. It looks like it was supposed to be there, which is really awesome. Having something that looks like it's supposed to be there and it doesn't look aftermarket, when it looks this nice and big, is pretty awesome. Another great thing is that it keeps the factory USBs working, and it also keeps the factory steering wheel controls. And that was a really big thing for me. As you can see, I push the buttons here and it does the volume, it goes through the modes. The other cool thing is you can go into the settings and go to steering wheel controls and customize the buttons to whatever you want to. So the possibilities of customizing this head unit to what you want and what you like is there, and it's pretty awesome. I will say one of the only things with the reverse camera looks good. It fixed that flashing that was on some of the other ones online. There's no zoom in like up in the top factory one. There was a little button you can click and it zoomed in on the hitch, which was nice. I mean, not that big of a deal. Time for some satisfying. Oh yeah. Done. So in closing, highly recommend the Idoing for the F150. It looks so nice. Fits perfect. Sounds, actually makes the factory speaker sound better, which is a win-win. And yeah, just go get one. Hook it up. Pretty easy. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, later.